Hello and welcome to another episode of Hessy and Maven. I'm Justin.
I'm Raven.
And this week we decided to dive into the animal world. Talk a little bit about animals. In fact, our top 5 favorite animals.
We're like that globe.
Yes. First of all, that globe has a name. His name is Spin.
Spin. Okay.
Some of you from the 90s, or maybe before, I don't know. I mean, I think they came out in 1994-ish, but I think it was National Geographic, I could be wrong, did a series of videos.
Discovery Channel.
Discovery, whatever. Used to, don't interrupt me again. Used to do a series of animal nature videos that were crazy. There were entire music videos with original songs written just for them. There was a cartoon, sort of like Globe, who had a British accent, and he was the narrator of the entire little thing. Lots of animal jokes.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
We used to get the VHSs at the library.
Yes.
Also with See How They Grow, which was my favorite.
See How They Grow was another really good one. Some classics.
Yeah.
Some really big classics. Let me ask you this. This made me think of it. Do you ever remember a show called Wishbone about a dog? A real life dog, like live action? When I say real life dog, I mean like it's live action. It's live action, not a cartoon. But
then
it was okay. Neither do I. Never seen Wishbone in a day in my life.
Okay.
The people I play D&D with, diehard Wishbone fans, and they were dumbfounded.
I've never heard of it.
They were bamboozled by my lack of
Is it
Wishbone
regional?
knowledge. I don't know. I don't know. But
Do they know See How They Grow?
I don't know if they know See How They Grow. When
If they don't know, I'll be dumbfounded.
When I brought up Really Wild Animals, which I think is the name of the
With Spin,
they seemed to have a level of memory. But anyway, any like hot goss? Any news?
Not really. One of my employees at the pharmacy quit.
Oof.
Which I'm sad about, and I hired a new person.
Yeah.
Who I hope will be good. We'll see.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
Do any of your coworkers listen to this?
No.
Okay.
No. I've told Lisa and Charlene to listen to it, and they've asked me to write down the name for them, and I have. They'll never listen to it.
Okay.
Which is honestly fine.
Yeah. Oh, I get that.
But no, not really. It smells better in here than the last time I was in here.
Yeah. You know, you just got to make sure you change that cat litter when you can.
Yeah.
It does you no favors that you're sitting right by the cat food, though.
You're correct.
Jessica is feeling a little rambunctious. She just got over her sleeping mode. As I've said in the past, she has 3 modes: playful mode, cuddle mode, sleeping mode.
What is this hat you're wearing?
Oh, this hat? Thank you for noticing. I'm afraid to take it off because my hair is terrible. You see that logo right there?
Yeah.
It's a minor league baseball team that is in Alabama called the Trash City Pandas.
Okay.
Or, no, not Trash City. Sorry. Trash Pandas.
The Trash Pandas.
Yes.
Okay. Meaning raccoons?
Meaning raccoons. And their logo is a little panda inside of a garbage can, but the garbage can is a rocket.
Okay.
Maybe it's the Rocket City Trash Pandas. I forget. Little League Baseball, I'll tell you what. I don't give a flying fart about baseball, right?
Like, isn't Little League like little kids?
No. Minor league.
Oh, okay.
What did I say?
Little League.
Same shit. Honestly, who cares?
Okay.
I hate baseball. It's so
I do
boring.
too. Okay.
Baseball game. Going to a baseball game is like going bowling. It's like only fun if you have a good group of people.
Yeah.
And you're more there to do an activity with those people than you are for the sport.
It also helps if you're drinking for both of those activities.
100%.
Yeah.
So those, going bowling and going to a baseball game are the identical, practically identical. So minor league baseball teams, they have some insane ones, and there are many that like I really want more apparel from them. This is one of them.
Yeah.
There's the banana slugs. Mm-hmm. That's just fun.
Yeah.
There's the Staten Island pizza rats.
I've heard of that.
I mean,
somewhere,
that's fun.
I think
that's
probably
fun.
from you.
Yeah. Oh man, there's one I want to say they're called the Vibes or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, minor league Vibes. They're called the Rocky Mountain Vibes.
Wow.
And their mascot is a marshmallow with fire for hair, sunglasses, and a vest, open shirt, vest made out of graham cracker.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
There's a lot of, if you just like anyone, I challenge anyone to do this. Go to Google minor league baseball teams, and there's just a bunch of funny ones.
Well, all right then.
The Pensacola Blue Wahoos.
Okay.
Midland Rockhounds. I mean, yeah, the list goes on. Some of them are like super fucking normal. Clinton Lumber Kings. It's literally just a guy wearing a crown, and he has a baseball hat. That one's absolutely stupid. Hold on. Now I put in the word fun. Here we go. Now we're talking. The Florence Y'alls. Like y'all. I don't know what their mascot is. It's just a list. The Gastonia Honey Hunters. Rumble Ponies. Sea Unicorns. Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Hartford Yard Goats.
You said that one with an accent.
Sometimes shrimp? I do. Amarillo Sod Poodles. And the Rocket City Trash Pandas. They're on the list.
Wow, they're fun.
Charleston has Savannah. Savannah has a team called the Sand Gnats. I mean, and you can't forget the Biscuits. There's a team called the Biscuits. And isn't that fun?
That's fun.
That's fun.
I hope they say butter my biscuit.
The Amarillo Sod Poodles, because I know you wanted more information on that. Nicknamed the Soddies, our minor league baseball team. It's a reference to prairie dogs.
Sod poodles?
Yeah. The name was meant to convey the values of sticking together, being family-oriented and self-sufficient.
Wow.
Muck Dogs, the Biloxi Shuckers. Rumble Ponies, as we all know.
Yeah. This is truly something.
A Rumble Pony, if you're curious, is like, it's a tribute because where they're from, it's the carousel capital of the world.
Wow.
And a Rumble Pony is a carousel horse.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
You learn something new every day.
The Erie Sea Wolves. That's fun.
Wow. Isn't that what SpongeBob and Patrick hide from when they make the circle when they're camping?
No, absolutely not.
Sea wolf?
Fool. It's a sea bear. How dare you?
You're right.
God.
It was a sea bear. I wanted to tell you, by the way, I forgot to tell you.
Please.
I learned that my new friend, I asked him, because he says he told me he's not really into sports, like he doesn't really care about football or soccer or baseball or whatever. And he was like, but there is a sport that I am really passionate about, and I do follow all the events and the televised things that happen, and I have my favorite participants, and you'll never guess it in 10 million years because he told me, and I was shook.
It's a sport?
Yeah.
All right, let's try and guess. Is it a team sport?
No.
All right, I'm going to ask 4 more questions. I'm going to ask 5 questions.
Okay.
That was one of them.
Okay.
It's not a team sport.
No.
Okay. Is it something that I have played?
No.
Oh. You're confident.
I'm confident.
Wow, okay. Is it something that takes place in America? Like the sport?
Maybe, but I don't know.
Okay. Is it on TV?
Yeah.
Is it a sport I've heard of?
Yes. Is that your last question?
That's my last question.
That was 5.
I know. And you know what? I've knocked out a couple.
Okay.
Because it's not like bowling. It's not darts. Because I've played those. It's not cornhole.
Nope.
Because I've played that. It's not cricket, which I was going to say. And I'll tell you what, just this real quick side note. I want to get into cricket. Not playing it, watching it. But it's a little confusing for me. And for some reason, I want to get into it. And maybe that's
I can't picture it because whenever people say cricket, I just think of croquet. So I don't even know what cricket looks like.
Yeah, totally wrong. Yeah. Totally wrong, not even close. That's funny that you do that.
Yeah.
That word sounds like a different word, and I can only think of that other word. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, do you have any guesses? What do you want me to just tell you? I know.
Well, you said it's not a team sport, so it can't be curling.
That's correct.
He says he gets into it. He follows people.
He has his favorite participants that he roots for.
I have 2 guesses.
Okay.
One of them is random, but it's like it could be nothing like this. Is it like CrossFit?
Nope.
Okay, because they have like the competitions, the games and stuff. But that actually, I've done CrossFit, so technically.
Do you want me to give you a hint?
Give me a hint.
It's really old.
It's really old? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's an old sport.
It's been around for a long time.
A long time. Now I can only think of like the old versions of lacrosse that Native Americans used to play, or indigenous people. Mm-hmm. But that's a team sport.
Yep.
Or I'm thinking of that type of almost like Aztec, Yucatan, old school, like ancient Mexico style of that thing where you hit the ball with your hip and there's like a ring on the wall. I think it's in The Road to El Dorado, that like movie, that cartoon movie they play it.
Aaron Blevins loves that movie.
That's a team sport also. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in forever though. I honestly, before we waste any more time on this, because I'm
want me to tell you?
I'm gonna go through a million sports.
It's
really
old, and it's 1 versus 1.
Is it arm wrestling?
It's sumo.
Oh, sumo wrestling. You're right. I've never done that. Well, that's not 100% true. I've never done like official, obviously, or anything like that. But there was a time when Kyle Freeland and I used to put pillows in our shirts and really come at each other. And then he pushed me into a glass cabinet.
Oh, yikes.
And it broke. And Kyle's mom yelled at me.
I bet.
Like I've never been yelled at by a parent who wasn't my parent.
Yeah.
And it nearly brought me to tears.
Yep.
And I remember also being like, why isn't Kyle getting yelled at just as much?
Yep.
Like, I understand that I am the one who hit it.
Yeah.
But he hit me into it. Mrs. Friedland, Lisa, what the hell are you doing?
Lisa, if you're listening.
Yeah, apologize.
Yeah, but isn't that crazy? He follows sumo wrestling.
That's really interesting.
He like watches the matches and has his favorite wrestlers and wrestlers that he hates, and yeah.
That's really interesting.
I know.
I wonder how he feels about. I have some questions.
I know. I did too.
I bet you did.
I was like,
how could you?
Oh.
I have some questions. Number 1, how dare you? Number 2, who do you think you are?
Anyway, really I thought that was funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good laugh about it. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really funny. Have you talked to him about Legend of Vox Machina at all? And I can help you sew in some. Like,
to make it seem like I know.
Did you notice how they changed this from the live action to the cartoon?
Yeah, but he's not caught up.
Oh, well, he's not.
He's only finished with episode 6.
Oh, he's a fairway.
I asked him yesterday.
What's wrong with him? Came out Friday.
He's got a lot going on. I know.
They're like 20 minutes. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah. You said this to me last night. Do you remember?
What I'm saying right now?
This conversation, we had this. I said, he finished episode 6, and you said, well, he's not a real fan. It's Saturday. It came out Friday. I was like... You're right.
I am right. And I'll say it again if I have to. Yeah. Guys, I had a couple of drinks last night. And apparently, I have a...
You're a repeater. It's a common drunk person trait.
Yeah. I also... Unfortunately, when I drink, even if I don't get, like, crazy drunk.
Yeah.
Like, would you say that I was, like, crazy drunk?
I don't think you were crazy drunk. I think you were, like, tired drunk. Like, you drank enough to where you were, like, sleepy. And you were, like, talking slow.
That embarrasses me.
And we all do it.
No, I know.
When I drink a lot, I can feel myself talking slower.
I can
and
too.
My brain is fighting against it, and I'm like, "You're talking slower, and it's getting noticeable."
Pull the words out of my mouth. Like, yeah, that was like the time I should have saved it just for posterity, just for like to make fun of myself or maybe keep myself in a better state of mind. I'm currently doing my little project where I'm doing like a radio play by myself, where I play all the characters.
Yeah, I know you're.
And I was drinking a little bit, and then I thought I was good, so I was like, yeah, I'll just keep working on this and record more. And I recorded like a whole section of it, like 5 minutes of me being a narrator and just like describing characters and stuff. And then the next day I went back, listened to it, and it was just like, so then they went to the park, and in the park they found that the sounds of the city could not be heard. And I was just like, geez Louise, man, like this sounds terrible. And yeah, that's embarrassing, man. Yeah. I hate that.
You don't catch it until you're
seriously
sober. All right, how do you want to do this? Do you want to do one list and then another, or back to back?
Back to back.
And are we going 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
5 to 1.
Okay.
Always 5 to 1. So, gang, we're going to get into our top 5 favorite animals. Let me preface this by saying this. Mine aren't, like, hyper-specific. I'll throw out an example that's not on my list.
Okay.
I would have one that would just be, like, whales. It wouldn't be, like, humpback whales.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Mine are hyper-specific.
Which is totally fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to preface that for mine specifically.
Got it.
I love animals. I could get more specific. I'm choosing not to.
Got it.
I'm going a little bit more umbrella term.
Got it.
With some of my picks.
Okay.
Except for I guess my number 5 is fairly specific.
Okay.
But then top 4 are like a broader category.
Right.
Not so broad where it's like fish.
Okay.
I love fish. Man, if it's in the ocean, I'm digging it.
But whales specific and kind of general. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right. Cool. So, do you want to go first or?
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Bring it on. Come on.
My number 5 is the sulfur-crested cockatoo.
Jesus Christ, you are gonna get really specific.
This is, remember, Mommy had one.
Sulfur-crusted.
Yeah.
Crusted. Wait, crested?
Crested.
Yeah. I heard myself say it.
Mommy had one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was it Casper?
Sulfur with a PH. Great question.
And it would sleep in bed with her.
I think it was Casper.
Yeah. It's
because Casper's a ghost and he's white.
So cute. There was one when
fun.
When I worked at Gatorland for a minute, I worked with the birds and the parrots, and every morning you go into like the little house where all the big parrots are in their cages, and you have a big giant stick, and you open their door to their cage, and you put the stick, and then they jump on the stick, and then you walk out of the house and walk down the little pathway to their outside area where they chill during the day.
Okay.
And you place them. And I would do that except for the sulfur-crested cockatoo, whose name I can't remember, which is sad. But she would sit on my shoulder. And she was so sweet and nice. And I would always go to, like, put her on my finger to, like, put her onto her habitat. And she never wanted to go. She just wanted to sit on my shoulder. And I loved her so much. And they're such cute birds. And I really want one.
And they're so fun when their head feathers go up.
Yes.
And they get really intense. Or like when they dance. Like I remember.
Yes.
Casper used to hate the vacuum cleaner. Anytime the vacuum cleaner was on.
Yep.
She would he or she, I don't know, would freak out and wings out, head up, and just kind of back and forth like crazy. Or like also used to throw their food. Remember that?
Yep.
Oh my god. But it was fun. The only thing, birds, as much, I fucking love birds, but when it comes to birds in the house, I'm so afraid of getting bitten, man. And birds are a big, like, you have to, don't show fear, they can sense it kind of thing. Like the timidness is like a thing, you know, like they can sense the timidness.
Yeah, I know.
And it's, man, Casper only liked Mom, as far as I remember.
I know.
I don't remember ever holding Casper.
Excuse me. But I love cockatoos. I really would love my own. And they live for a really long time, so you can have them for a really long time.
Birds live really long.
Yeah, like some of them live like 70 to 100 years.
Yeah, it's
like,
wild.
Really long.
That's why they're so expensive.
But it does stress me out because one of the facts about a lot of these like bigger parrots are they tend to get sick if they're ignored, bored, or stressed and will pull their feathers out.
Yeah. Which
is like sad.
Hey, mental health is no joke.
This website says they are socially demanding pets. And I would never have one if I lived in an apartment, which is probably my fate when I eventually move out of here. I would never do that to anyone. I would have to own a house.
Wow.
Yeah. But I do love them. And this thing says a fun fact is they're monogamous. They form lifelong bonds.
I love that.
I know. How cute is that?
That's really cute. Where are they naturally from? My brain immediately goes to South America. Or Central America, I suppose.
The sulfur-crested cockatoo is found in large numbers in the east and north of Australia and most of New Guinea, with nearby smaller islands.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It also lives in Western Australia, Singapore, Palau, Taiwan, Puerto Rico, and New Zealand as an introduced species.
Oh, okay. As an introduced species. I was about to say Puerto Rico snuck in there.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of Pacific islands, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. So, Oceania. I never know how to say that. Oceania?
Oceania.
Oh. Yeah.
It is a weird word.
But they're so cute. I love them. They're my number 5.
Number 5, the sulfur-crested cockatoo. Now, where did you land when you found sulfur-crested as opposed to... Because I'm sort of looking up the things that you're typing in. Sulfur-crested cockatoo. I mean, there's a bunch of different kinds of cockatoo.
Yeah.
Matthews cockatoo, citron-crested cockatoo, Triton cockatoo, Eleonora cockatoo, greater sulfur-crested cockatoo. What is that, just a bigger one?
I think that one's just bigger.
Whoa.
The sulfur-crested cockatoo is the one that I worked with at
Gatorland. Got it. Very cool.
And I think the one that Mommy had.
It's a bold statement to be a biologist and name an animal greater.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. Or lesser. You know, there are lesser flamingos.
Yes.
That blows my mind. That's like a thing where they're just like, hey, I found a new kind of flamingo. They're like, oh, really? Let's check it out. Okay, yeah. It's over here. Oh. That's it? I mean...
It's lesser than that other one we saw.
Lesser.
Yeah.
All right, dig. Okay. My number 5 can be found throughout Central and South America, except for Guatemala, Uruguay, and El Salvador, where they are considered to be extinct in those areas.
Okay.
They live in wetlands, grasslands, and tropical forests. They avoid threats whenever possible. If they feel the need to defend themselves, they will rear up, steadying themselves with their large tails. They use their powerful claws.
This is not a bird.
It is not a bird. In the wild, their lifespan is unknown. However, in human captivity, they've been known to live about 26 years.
Is it a mammal?
It is a mammal. They are known for their distinctive snout and their tongue.
Is it an elephant shrew?
It is not an elephant shrew. Their tongue is 2 feet long. 2 feet long. It said 2 foot long here, and I.
Is it an anteater?
It is a giant anteater. Number 5 on my list, ladies and gentlemen, is a fucking giant anteater.
Gross.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
How fucking dare you?
Okay.
I love them so much.
Would you have one as a pet? If they were domesticated?
Heartbeat. They just look so fun. You got me coughing now.
I'm so sorry.
I have to defend the giant anteater, which I never thought I'd have to do. They just look so fun. They look like the Afghan hounds of the anteater world.
Okay.
They're long. They're so long.
They are long.
And I love the giant anteater specifically because it's got a real bushy tail. Its arms sometimes can look like the face of a panda. Have you ever seen that?
It's what?
Its arm can sometimes look like the face of a panda.
No, I've never seen this.
All right. Here's what I need you to do on your little guy. Your little iPad there. Go to Google.
Oh, God. Okay.
Go to Google. Type in giant anteater panda arm. Giant anteater panda arm or panda legs.
Oh, man.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, wow. It does look like a panda.
Olive is outside our door and she's scratching and whining to come inside. So if the mics pick that up, I apologize.
She's upset about the cat.
But unfortunately, can't let her in because of the cat being in my room.
It does look like a panda face.
Right?
Yeah, it's
so
weird.
There's just a fun little thing.
Yeah.
And that's for free.
Wow.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, giant anteater's tongue, like I said, 2 feet long. It can flick in and out of its mouth 150 times per minute.
Wow.
Yeah. It's also coated in a sticky saliva, which that's what they use to slurp up the ants and termites and stuff.
Gross.
Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry.
Research has found that giant anteaters can identify a particular species of ant or termite by smell before ripping up the nest. I think that's a bunch of fun. I think giant anteaters are really fun. They're part of a suborder called Vermilingua, which means worm tongue.
Wow.
Because its tongue is like a worm.
Yeah.
4 species of anteaters, just to throw that out there in case people are wondering. Giant anteater, silky anteater, northern tamandua, and southern tamandua.
Wow.
Olive, you gotta cut it out, babe. I know, but you gotta cut it out. You gotta cut it out. Their claws are knife-like. They have really intense claws. They don't just eat ants, but they do. I mean, that's like their main thing. But termites also. They don't have any teeth.
That's interesting.
No teeth. They have the lowest body temperature of any mammal. I know Olive is really making me sad because it's gonna suck for our viewers.
Good of a podcast episode this is gonna be with her doing
It's gonna have to happen.
Okay. Oh my God.
Where's Mom?
I texted her and said, "Can you call Olive, please?"
It's ridiculous. Now Kate's trying to help. God. Sorry, guys. Raven fucking gave it together. She's like crying. Crying of laughter.
Oh my God.
So yeah, lowest body temperature of any. It's approximately 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Their main dietary staple has little to no nutrition or energy value.
Yeah, because it's just ants, right?
It's just ants or little tiny bugs like termites and stuff. Wow. Anteaters move slowly. They sleep most of the day. They use their fur and tails to maintain that body heat. They don't engage in strenuous activity. They don't climb. They don't run. They don't swim.
Wow.
For extended periods of time. But I'll tell you what, female anteaters give birth standing up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like giraffes?
Yes.
Wow.
Here's a fun thing. Remember when I just said they don't run?
Yeah.
They've been clocked to run up to 30 miles per hour.
So you're totally wrong.
But short periods of time.
Oh.
Like a cheetah.
Wow.
Like a giant ant-eating cheetah.
Wow.
I love them so much. But they are vulnerable to extinction, guys. So we gotta take care of our giant anteaters. Join the wildlife.
How are they
the National Wildlife
threatened
Federation.
at all?
You know, it's a great question. It suffers a great deal at the hands of humans.
Oh, we destroy their habitat?
The South American populations in particular have been victimized by the burning of sugarcane plantations. In addition to fatalities and injuries by fire, they are also killed by cars and dogs. They are really sometimes hunted for food. What the fuck is that about? Hunted as a pest, sometimes pets, and illegal trade.
Okay, that's really sad.
Really sad.
Aww.
And they're just fun. Have you seen their gigantic tails?
I think, yeah, in the picture I just looked up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, their tails are insane.
Yeah.
I just love a giant anteater. I think they're really fun.
I think I've been to one. I think the Baltimore Aquarium had an anteater.
It's possible.
Like, I saw it. They had it out. Like, someone was holding it out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for people to look at.
I just love them. I've always have. And
they're interesting.
For me particularly, this top 5 I've had since college, at least, if not earlier.
I've had my top 2 for a long time. My third, since I forgot about it until today, but it has been my third favorite for maybe like 2 years. The other 2 I added today.
It's kind of...
They change.
Yeah, and that's normal.
But my top 2 are ride or die.
It's normal for your top stuff to change sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we talked about how our top movies would probably change. Top TV shows, your favorite color changes throughout your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Normal. I've always been, I'm sure I could find I love animals. You know what I mean? I could find a million animals that I would love to showcase. And we'll do more episodes on animals if that's something you guys are interested in, listeners. But these are my top 5.
Yeah.
And I'm stubborn about it. And I just keep them forever. And that'll just be, I'll live or die.
I love it.
Ride or die. These are my top 5. So that's it. Number 5, giant anteater.
Okay. Are you ready for my number 4?
I'm ready for it.
Nile crocodile.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay, a reptile.
I love crocodiles and alligators because I love Steve Irwin. And before I bought my house in Florida, when I lived in a hotel for a month, I did pretty much nothing except for watch The Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah.
I watched all the episodes of Crocodile Hunter, and I loved it so much. And
Steve Irwin.
The Nile crocodile is my favorite because it rhymes.
That's a good. Yep.
And they're fascinating. Listen to these facts.
Okay.
Crocodiles have the strongest bite in the animal kingdom. The Nile crocodile is no different. Its bite can exert a force 8 times more powerful than a great white shark.
Wow.
And 15 times more powerful than a Rottweiler.
That's powerful.
Yeah, right? Female crocodiles are excellent mothers.
Love it.
They use their massive jaws to transport newly hatched young to a nursery pool where they guard them from predators.
Wow.
Imagine having a Nile crocodile mom bodyguard.
No.
But this is, I think, a fact that also applies to, like, sea turtles. The gender of crocodile hatchlings is determined by the temperature at which the eggs incubate. So at 30 degrees Celsius or less, they will be mostly female. At 31 degrees Celsius or more, they'll be mostly male.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so interesting you bring that up, because isn't it kind of like a...
Hello.
Hi, you're on the pod.
What is happening? What is happening right now?
We're talking about
We're in the middle of a podcast.
We're talking about our favorite animals, so I have to mute you, but you can listen.
But wait, how much longer do you have?
I don't know.
At least a half hour.
At least a half hour.
Okay, well, then just call me back when you're...
Okay, bye. Love you, bye.
Sorry, gang. That was Raven's best friend, Tony.
I thought he would want to just sit there and listen.
FaceTiming
He asked me that once. At 31 degrees Celsius, they'll be mixed, or at 32 degrees Celsius or more, they'll be mostly male.
I find that really interesting because you know how there's kind of like the stereotype that like women are always cold and men run hot?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's assigned male at birth. That's true for me. I always feel like I'm running hot.
I run hot.
I know it's not true for everybody. That's why I said it. I specified it. It is a stereotype, you know, obviously.
Not to the level that you do.
But I do find that a little interesting.
But
What's going on over there?
I'm struggling.
Okay. Well, fix your mic because it's making all kinds of noises.
I know. But Jesus.
You're struggling,
so
dude.
Much going on.
You're struggling.
But I do run hot. Like I'm almost never cold.
Yeah.
So, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Also, crocodiles are the most vocal of reptiles. Among more than 5 different calls are the deep vibrating bellow of courting males and the peeping of babies inside the egg.
Peeping.
This peeping encourages the female to excavate the nest.
Oh.
This is the most fascinating fact in my opinion. Large crocodiles swallow stones known as gastroliths.
Oh, I've heard this.
These act as I don't know.
They help with digestion?
No, these act as
Totally
I don't know
wrong.
what this word is. Ballast.
Ballast. Ballasts.
Ballast.
Yeah.
Helping them to balance their body underwater.
Insane. Wow.
Do you think they just poop it out, or
I don't know.
they just have stones in their stomach forever?
It's crazy.
But they're fascinating. They're so fascinating.
And they're like dinosaurs.
They're like dinosaurs.
Aren't they so old?
Yes. They're so old.
Oh my god.
And this says they're probably the most feared,
me, though.
probably the most feared predator in Africa.
It's definitely the most feared, but it's not the most dangerous, correct? Aren't hippos?
I think hippos and
are
Nile
known for
crocodiles might be like neck and neck.
Yeah, I think hippos have a higher body count, like human body count.
That video of that hippo chasing after that boat.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Terrifying. That would give me nightmares forever. I would just close my eyes and see the hippo.
No, thank you.
Yeah, but I love crocodiles.
Yeah, crocodiles, alligators, same, not the same thing, but in my head, they scare me. You know what I've always liked? A gharial. Are you familiar? With the long, skinny snout.
Yeah.
And then it kind of pops out little nose at the end. Mm-hmm. I like those.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're cool too.
I saw an albino one once.
Oh.
I can't remember the zoo.
I love the zoo.
So do I. I do love a good zoo. As long as it needs to be a zoo that does a lot of research and conservation. Otherwise, I can't justify it.
It's understandable.
You know what I mean? Whenever you go to a zoo and it's like the summer and you're looking at a snow leopard and you're like, this can't be good.
Yeah.
Like, this snow leopard can't be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That always makes me incredibly sad.
I understand.
Which is probably why I like aquariums so much, because I just, no offense to fish, I'm sorry, fish, I don't think you got it all up here. I don't feel the same empathy.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
That's not true for an octopus. Octopus I feel for.
They live sad
I feel for an
lives.
octopus. But anyway.
Okay, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is... Hold on. I have to exit out of all these fucking pop-ups. Pelicans.
Oh.
Pelicans.
Okay.
I love pelicans. I think they're fun. I don't know what it is, man.
Okay.
And this is pre-Finding Nemo. So Nigel, that's his name, right?
Nigel.
He had nothing to do with this. That was just a cherry on top. Mm-hmm. I love a pelican. I think they're fun. I like their weird throat thing. Mm-hmm. Their fucking mouth sack. I'm into them. I just think they're cool. I don't know what it is exactly.
Interesting.
But I like them.
I worked with a pelican at the Florida Aquarium, and his name was Josh.
Oh, that's good.
And I was always afraid
Shout
of
out
going into his enclosure with my lady that I worked with, because he tried to bite your legs.
Oh.
Well, he tried to bite my legs. He didn't try to bite her.
I did read this. Also, we do have a window open to keep it cool in here. If you can hear the motorcycle piece of shit outside.
This episode is just chaos.
Yeah, there's a lot of background noise. Just deal with it.
Okay.
Listeners. I did see a thing recently that said pelicans, they don't have great, like, not depth perception, but their eyes are bigger than their stomach.
Oh.
Figuratively speaking.
Okay.
So sometimes, like, they'll just go after shit. Like, they don't have fear. And so then sometimes you'll see a pelican trying to, like, eat an entire cow. And it's like, dude, that cannot possibly fit in your mouth. And it's just like, oh, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Mommy told me it was because it sensed my fear. Which
birds can do that.
Yeah.
So, obviously, people know that they're mostly eating fish, but they are not solely pescatarian. They have been seen eating turtles, mammals, insects, and even other birds. They actually don't store food in their pouch,
gullet.
Their gullet. It may seem that they do, but that's not what happens. Instead, they will gobble up a huge pouch full of water containing whatever food they had their eyes on. Next, they drain the water from their pouch by tilting their heads, and then they can swallow the fish.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Wild. You can find pelicans on every single continent except Antarctica. I really hope that motorcycle gets picked up. It's so loud. So loud. Some pelicans can have a massive wingspan of 10 feet or more.
It's insane.
Isn't that wild?
They're big.
The Dalmatian pelican has a wingspan that measures between 9 and 10.5 feet.
Wow.
The word Dalmatian was clickable, brought me right to the dog. Why make it clickable? What the fuck was the point of that? That really pisses me off, this website. It says pelicans are monogamous from time to time.
Like humans.
Yeah, I guess so. Some people romanticize the idea of monogamous wild animals. Pelicans are often included on this list. The truth is a little murkier.
Oh.
You see, pelicans are only seasonally monogamous. They will stay with that one partner through the breeding season, but they do not pair for life. Some pelicans can hunt together in groups. They're some of the heaviest birds. The American white pelican grows a horn. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's crazy.
There. Yeah, isn't that wild? Some pelicans do that thing. Have you ever seen the videos of fish who dive bomb into the water?
Yes.
They can do that. And their pouch can hold up to 3 gallons of water.
Wow.
So pelicans are just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I just find them fun and fascinating. They're cool birds. I've only seen I don't know if I've ever seen one in the wild.
I don't think I have. Only at aquariums
zoos or aquariums and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to see them.
It would, yeah.
I would like that very much.
I feel like there's probably a lot on like the California coast.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or even like maybe like Nantucket or Cape Cod.
Maybe.
In my brain, Cape Cod has pelicans.
Okay.
I feel confident about that.
Good.
And we'll just leave that there. My number 4, pelicans.
Very good.
All right.
My number 3,
Yes.
the garden eel.
Okay. Garden eel. Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm looking them up. Okay, cool. Heterocongre
Yep.
is their scientific name that I just butchered. Heterocongre.
The garden eel, if you've never heard of it, you should look it up because they're so cute.
They're very fun.
They just look like little worms that stick straight up out of the sand and then bend. Like a finger or a bendy straw. And they're so cute. I first discovered them at the Florida Aquarium. I've never seen them before. But they're absolutely adorable. And some fun facts are they're also known as the orange-barred garden eel. They live in colonies that can consist of thousands.
Wow.
They're easily disturbed and they retract into their burrows if they are upset. Their diet consists of zooplankton that they pick from the current as it flows past, and for this reason, all the eels in a colony face the same direction.
What?
Into the current.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's amazing. They all face the same way.
Wow. Talk about teamwork.
And they just into the current, and they're all just like...
Yeah, just waiting for food to float in.
Yeah.
What do they eat, you know?
Zooplankton.
Zooplankton? Those
Yeah.
are the best kind of zooplankton.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of plankton, I mean.
How funny is that?
It's hilarious. I do enjoy a good garden eel.
Just thousands of little eels, just all
cute.
poking their faces out of the sand with their mouths slightly open, waiting for food.
And so, are they fish? I know they're eels. I'm trying to figure out where they're from. I'm looking at their subfamilies and stuff like that. It looks like fish. Yeah, no, it's a fish.
There you go.
Because the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class, obviously,
Yeah.
Actinopterygii, which, as you know, are also known as ray-finned fish.
Yeah.
It's a class of bony fish.
Their lifespan is 35 to 40 years.
Wow. How do you figure something like that out?
Of just sitting in the current with your mouth open.
That's amazing.
For 35 to 40 years. That's insane. I love them. They're so cute.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Everyone.
Garden eels. You know,
Look
and
them
there's
up.
so many different kinds of garden eels.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're all cute. I like their little faces. They remind me of the things from SpongeBob that go meep.
Meep. Yeah, those are anchovies, so you're wrong, but...
Anchovies.
I smell the smelly smell that smells smelly. Anchovies! Yeah, I just watched a video of garden eels. They're fun.
They're really
real
fun.
You know what? It's crazy, too, because they don't look like they're all facing the same direction. They look like they're facing different directions, although these ones might be in an aquarium, so maybe they're confused.
Yeah, maybe there's no current.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I like the orange stripy ones.
God, they look fun. Oh, those are adorable.
I know.
Their eyes are so
Look at their
big.
little faces.
Yeah, good.
That's
Very
why I love
good.
them.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah. Look at this one.
Oh,
They're twisted. They're tied up.
No. Amazing. I know. That's fun.
That's so
Guys,
cute.
You guys have to look this stuff up. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put some pictures on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And we can do that.
We will. We have
So,
to. Okay.
hey, little plug for the Instagram. Go over to our Instagram, guys. Hessy and Maven, one word. We try and post things on there. We might ask questions like, hey, we're doing an episode coming up and it's about this. What do you guys think about that? Or what is your guys' favorite things? And then we can use that and talk about it on the episode.
Yeah.
And at the end of this episode, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to throw a question out there. And whether it's our email or Instagram or TikTok, send us messages. Let us know.
Yes.
Because it's going to affect one of the future episodes. That being said.
What's your number 3?
Number 3. Now, this is my number 3 and my number 2 get hated on a lot by humans. And I get it. Number 2, I don't get as much. Number 3, I get it.
Okay.
I have been personally attacked by this animal.
Okay.
I like them. I don't know if I like them because I see them as sort of this underdog that gets a lot of hate.
Is it a seagull?
It's a fucking seagull, Raven.
I've been attacked by seagulls too. I feel like in the Cape May Zoo parking lot, I was attacked by
was
seagulls.
The big one.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I absolutely
We had French fries or
remember
something?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Remember that? I forgot about it until just now.
Dude.
They were
Yeah,
like came
because
for our heads.
you almost got picked up. they almost like banded together and were like, we can take her.
Yeah.
She's bigger than us, but there's more of us. It is crazy.
Okay,
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I just love seagulls. Now, here's the fun fact. Technically, there's no such thing as a seagull. They're called gulls, and there's different types of gulls.
Okay.
There's no such thing, technically, as a seagull. So, like, what we are calling a seagull colloquially is more likely, like, a greater gull or some shit like that. You know what I mean? The great black-beaked gull.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's one even just called the little gull.
That's the best
There's
one.
a little gull. 120 grams, 29 centimeters, however tall that is. I don't speak metric.
Wow.
We should do metric, though.
We should, yeah.
America needs to figure it out.
It's too late for my lizard brain, but in general, America should.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think we would figure it out fairly quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if it was all you're using.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So, okay. Yeah, I just like seagulls. I think they're fun. I think they're cool. It gives me this sort of pride of where we live. Like, you know, like a certain amount of gratitude for how close we are to an ocean.
Okay.
And, like, beaches and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I associate seagulls with beaches.
Yeah.
And I associate that with, like, being from the Jersey Shore and being from New Jersey and having that sort of pride about this. And New Jersey's the same way as seagulls are. People shit on it all they want.
Yeah.
But they're fucking, it's cool.
Yeah.
And you're just mad because you live in a landlocked, shitty state or whatever.
You can really set the scene of a beachy, summery afternoon with a seagull in the distance.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's great.
So here's some facts about seagulls.
Okay.
I'm so glad that when I Googled fun facts about, all 5 of my animals came up, and I was like, hell yeah.
Good job.
Seagulls are very clever. They learn, remember, and even pass on behaviors to their children, such as stamping their feet in a group to imitate rainfall and trick earthworms to come to the surface.
Wow.
Right?
That's amazing.
That's so cool. They will. They have a range of different feeding behaviors that demonstrate their intelligence, such as dropping hard-shelled mollusks. Wait, hold on. Mollusks.
Mollusks?
Yeah, wow, you made that seem really easy. Onto rocks so that they break open so that they can eat them, and following plows in fields where they know upturned grubs and other food sources will be plentiful.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? They're okay. Continue. No. That's fine.
Do you know the SpongeBob reference where someone says, "My little mollusk"? Someone calls someone a little mollusk.
No.
I think it's the episode where Gary gets like really smart and he's like up high and he's wearing like
he has like a whole evil villain cape.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know that. I know, like, I'm familiar with that episode. That happens in a dream, first of all.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But no, I don't remember.
Okay.
The little mollusk comment.
Okay.
It sounds right.
Okay.
I just can't picture who says it.
Okay.
Seagulls are attentive and caring parents. The male and female pair for life, and they take turns incubating the eggs.
Good.
And feeding and parenting the chicks.
As they should.
They have all different kinds of communication, whether it be vocalizations or body movements. It's very sophisticated. They can drink both fresh and salt water. They have a pair of special glands right above their eyes that are specifically designed to flush the salt from their systems.
Wow.
Isn't that fucking bananas?
That's bananas.
That's so cool. I just think it's really cool. I like them a lot. In Native American symbolism, the seagull represents a carefree attitude, versatility, and freedom. That's dope, too.
I feel like they're carefree.
Yeah.
They love French fries, so we're similar in that way.
Oh, they love food.
Yeah.
They're very food motivated. Anyone who's been to a touristy beach knows this.
Yeah.
Or a boardwalk.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You gotta always be careful of the seagulls. You feed it one, boom, now you gotta feed it a bunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things. And you love to see a tourist get absolutely destroyed by seagulls. It's absolutely hilarious.
There must be some tourists in the atmosphere.
Is it because I said tourist weird? And it made you think of toros? Yeah, I felt it, and I tried to skate over it, and you son of a bitch. I can't believe you. First, You say
I
giant
can't
anteaters
let
are
anything
gross.
like that go by.
First you say giant anteaters are gross. And then you just drag me down.
God.
I cannot believe you. For some reason, the seagull is the state bird of Utah. And there's a monument in Salt Lake City known as the Miracle of the Gulls because
Wow.
Mormon settlers in Utah had a cricket plague. A plague of crickets.
That was solved by the gulls?
By the gulls.
Wow.
So, hey, Mormons, you're fucking welcome. Okay?
Right on.
Yeah, seagulls. I
Great.
think they're fun.
It's a great number
I think
3.
they're cool. They do get shit on all the time because,
Yeah, they do.
you know, people
like
are
pigeons.
exactly like pigeons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah.
But I love them.
Okay, very
They're
good.
fun. All right.
Now, my number 2, my number 1. These are my ride or dies.
Okay.
They've been with me for a long time.
I imagine the garden eels will also be with you.
Yeah, they will.
They will stand the test of time, I
Yeah,
imagine.
they will. The kinkajou.
Oh, yeah.
They're so cute.
Kinkajou is good.
They're little, like, golden, like, little mammal bear things.
Yeah, like a little lemur.
Little lemur
almost.
bears.
Lemurish looking.
They're so cute. The name kinkajou comes from a word that means honey bear.
Which is fun.
Kinkajous raid beehives for honey.
I respect an animal that goes after bees.
Right?
Well, not after the bees, but after the honey. So therefore, the bees. But
Yes. Even though they look a bit like a monkey, kinkajous are often mistakenly called primates. While they do have many traits of primates, they are
marsupials?
carnivores in the family
oh,
Procyon, which includes raccoons, coatis, ringtails, and olingos. I've never heard of an olingo.
it looks almost identical to a kinkajou, except it looks meaner.
Oh.
Whereas a kinkajou looks a little more like thoughtless.
Yeah. That's why I like them.
Kinkajou doesn't look like it got anything up there.
Yeah.
If you hover, you're on Wikipedia?
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'm on Wikipedia. You just hover over olingos and it opens it up, and it's just a kinkajou going like this. How fucking dare you? It just looks mad.
Oh, they do. They have really mean
It
faces.
really does just have a face where it's like, what the fuck?
They're the smarter evolution. Kinkajou went the other way.
That's really funny.
Kinkajous and binturongs are the only 2 carnivores that have prehensile tails. Yeah, the tails for balance to hold on to branches while reaching for food, and to stay up while sleeping. Some fun facts about kinkajous. In Belize, kinkajous are called night walkers.
I fucking love that name.
A kinkajou's hearing is sharp enough to detect the movement of a snake. And this is my favorite fact. Kinkajous are able to turn their feet in the opposite direction and run backwards just as fast as they run forwards. This makes it easy for them to climb up and down trees head first.
That's insane.
Imagine being able to turn your feet the other way and just run backwards.
I can't imagine it.
It's insane.
I can't imagine it at all. Break my ankles.
It's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, they can run backwards.
So this says here that they're mostly frugivorous. A frugivore is an animal that thrives mostly on raw fruits.
I'm on the San Diego Zoo website.
Oh, I'm on good old Wikipedia.
Oh. And it just says they're carnivores in that family. I wonder what they... If they get too hot, kinkajous expose their belly and palms to catch a cool breeze. Don't we all?
They do seem real fun.
Yeah.
It says that
so
it is
cute.
classified in the order Carnivora, and it has sharp teeth, but it is omnivorous.
Oh, yes.
So it will sometimes eat fruit, particularly figs. Yeah, it says almost 90% of their diet consists of primarily fruit.
They're also important pollinators. As they travel from flower to flower to drink nectar, the flower's pollen sticks to their face and then smears off at the next flower. Their foraging habits drive them to travel between a variety of trees each night.
I love that.
Several kinkajous may meet and forage together at the same site if there is enough fruit to share.
Wow.
The kinkajous at the San Diego Zoo get fed dog kibble, corn, and fruit.
Dog kibble, corn, and fruit. Wow. They seem fun.
They seem so fun.
Yeah.
Wow. A typical kinkajou social group includes 2 males, a female, and offspring.
Huh. A throuple.
A throuple.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is
A little
so
bit of polyamory going on.
cute. Kinkajous can be quite noisy with their high-pitched squeaks, hisses, and barks. They screech and bark all around the forest, earning them yet another name, La Llorona, Spanish for the crying woman. Oh my god.
Llorona.
That's really cute.
Wow.
Yeah, they're my number 2.
That's a good number 2.
I love
dude.
them.
That's a good number 2. Okay, my number 2. Pigeons.
Yeah.
God damn it, do I love a pigeon.
Interesting.
They're fat, usually.
They are.
They seem fat the way that their feathers are all set up. I love being in New York and having pigeons be around, and them obviously because of, I mean, pigeons, it's possible, although it's not 100%, it's possible that pigeons may have been the first domesticated bird.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So their relationship with humans is quite intertwined, which is one of the reasons that people believe you find them in all these cities across the entire fucking world, and they're so used to people.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid, you know? And I love the way they fucking walk and everything about them.
Their head bob.
I love their sort of like, audience, do me a favor, close your eyes and just picture like a New York City pigeon. Just a greasy pigeon. I love that color. It's got some grays, it's got some blues, but it also has this sort of like, I forget what the word is called.
Iridescent?
Like, iridescent kind of coloring to it, where it's like kind of purpley, like a little bit of teal.
Like an oil spill?
Like it's a greasy pigeon.
Yeah.
I love them. I think they're so fucking cool. So not only have they possibly been one of the first domesticated birds, some pigeons are war veterans.
Wow.
Homing pigeons. Birds could quickly deliver messages throughout the bases, across enemy lines. They're credited with saving thousands of lives through the information that they delivered. Isn't that incredible?
Yes.
One pigeon, named G.I. Joe, saved British troops from a bombing with 5 minutes to spare.
Wow.
Another pigeon by the name of Cher Ami
Wow.
delivered a total of 12 important messages for the U.S. military during World War I.
Oh my god. I think that means dear friend in French.
It might.
Olive's back.
Cher Ami was on his last mission. Cher Ami was shot in the breast and still managed to fly for another 25 minutes, completing his mission and saving the lives of 194 stranded soldiers.
Okay. That's so upsetting.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I love pigeons. They save lives outside of the military as well. They've been released from sinking boats to send for help. Olive's back at it again. They're navigation experts. They can find their way home from an astounding 1,300 miles away.
Jesus.
They've proven that they can do even after being transported to complete isolation to a location that they've never been to before.
Wow.
Birds have these internal compasses that are actually connected to like the magnetic fields given off by the earth and the poles and everything like that.
It's really next level.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Pigeons are fast. They're very fast birds. I'm just reading this list. They're very fast. Their speed also makes them great racers. Pigeon racing is a surprisingly lucrative business.
Isn't there a pigeon man in Hey Arnold?
There is a pigeon man in Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
And he's incredible.
Yeah, he is. And he talks about how great the pigeons are.
He talks about how great the pigeons are.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I think he disappears. He gets flown away by the pigeons.
I think they fly him away. Yeah.
Wow. The most expensive pigeon ever sold cost nearly $1.9 million.
Wow.
Pigeons are excellent mail carriers. We kind of already covered that. Pigeons could be weather reporters. Pigeons are able to hear certain frequencies that humans can't. So this allows them to sense things like volcano eruptions or incoming storms.
Wow.
That meteorologists haven't even discovered yet.
Wow. I've seen several people on TikTok have
Incredible.
pigeons as pets.
I mean, you should have pigeons as pets.
Yeah.
I think Mike Tyson has pigeons
They
as
say they
pets.
make excellent pets.
Yeah, I think Mike Tyson has pigeons.
That's cute.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a weird guy.
He really is.
Good for him.
There's a pretty famous Would You Rather where it's like, would you rather fight Mike Tyson or sound like him?
Oh, his voice is high pitched, right?
And he has a lisp. There's a noticeable lisp.
Yeah.
Hey, talk like this.
I saw something
weird
where
guy.
he was being interviewed along with Eminem. It was a weird gathering of humans.
Yeah. Well, he's just like every other fucking celebrity. Like, no offense. Mike Tyson, one of the greatest boxers to ever have lived. Little bit of a has-been now. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're in the Hangover movies. Good for you.
Yeah.
And then what?
Just looking
you know
for
what I
stuff
mean?
to keep money coming
So then
in.
what does he do? He does a podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting to. All these fucking celebrities that
Oh, yeah, doing
don't really have
podcasts.
things going on. They fucking
Yeah.
do a podcast. And it kind of pisses me off, man.
I know.
Stop taking our
Taking my
potential
audience.
customers.
Yeah.
Anyway, pigeons produce milk.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Of course, they don't produce actual milk. Only mammals can do that. However, it is essentially the same as milk in that it is a white liquid containing all the necessary antioxidants, fats, nutrients, and proteins that a baby bird needs.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Do they just spit it out?
It's
It's fine if it doesn't say. In my head, that's what they do.
is regulated by the hormone prolactin. Milk in their crop. I don't know what that means. The crop is a little section in the bird's esophagus meant for storing food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
Wild.
The only other birds that really do that are doves, flamingos, and male emperor penguins.
I'm surprised flamingo didn't make your list. Is it an
I
honorable
like a
mention?
flamingo. No.
Interesting.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not that I dislike flamingos. I love a good flamingo.
Okay.
They're a lot of fun. But,
They are.
yeah,
Not as good as a pigeon.
not as good as a pigeon. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even in the same field.
It's good. I like your number 2.
And the last thing I'll just
Yeah, I think we should not
End with-
hurry this, but I feel like we're torturing Olive.
yeah, I mean, it's going to happen every time we do a podcast until she gets used to the cat.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. So, really quick, pigeons can recognize themselves, which is a huge sign of intelligence. The idea that, like, if you look into a mirror,
Yeah, self-awareness.
self-awareness.
Insane.
Yeah, so that's really, really big. They also are able to differentiate between photos of different humans. So once they see like a human's face, they can differentiate between
That's so
that
cute.
human and a different human. It's amazing. And very last thing, they can detect cancer.
Okay, wow.
They can be trained to recognize words and to match art with its artist. But what is perhaps most impactful is that they can even be taught to differentiate between benign and malignant growths.
Wow.
Researchers at the University of California in Davis trained pigeons to identify which biopsies were benign and which were malignant. Once they were taught how to distinguish between the two, the pigeons were able to use this newfound knowledge to diagnose, it puts it in parentheses, or it puts it in quotes, brand new biopsies that they have never seen before. On average, a pigeon by itself had an 85% accuracy. In a group, their accuracy reached 99%,
Wow.
which is what
So
is
when they got
expected from
together,
a
so they could
doctor.
be like, I mean, that one has cancer, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty much. Isn't that insane, though?
That's cool.
Pigeons are also, just a bonus, pigeons are very clean.
Cute.
The risk of getting any disease from a pigeon is extremely low.
Cute. I'm rooting for pigeons.
So the next time you see me in New York City, in Manhattan, Queens, or the Bronx, or wherever, Brooklyn, wherever I may be, not Staten Island, sorry, but any of the other 4 or 5 boroughs, if you see me trying to touch a pigeon, chill out.
Okay.
Because I tried to do it in Chicago one time, and a random passerby who wasn't even part of our group yelled at me.
And you
I
said,
was like,
you're
"Don't
not even
touch
part
the
of our group.
pigeons." Yeah, I was like, who even are you?
Yeah.
You're the pigeon guy from Hey Arnold?
Yeah.
If not,
Carry on.
carry on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
That's my number 2.
I love it. Okay. This is my number 1. My all-time favorite.
Is it a mammal?
Its scientific name is Alcis alcis. And at its shoulder, it averages 6.5 feet.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's
A sloth bear.
a moose.
Oh, duh. Come on, Justin. That's on me.
These moose are my number one favorite animal on the planet.
Yeah.
I love them so much. I've been to a lot of places in the country where I thought I would see them. And they have eluded me.
That's a shame.
They're very elusive. I will see one in person at some point in my life. Mark my words. They are so cool. At the shoulder, they average 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah, moose are
So that's not
fucking
even
big,
including
man.
their head.
Moose are, and their head is big.
Yeah, huge.
They got a big head.
Yeah.
Even without the antlers.
Yeah. Moose are the largest of all the deer species in the world. Only male moose have antlers. The particular shape differs from animal to animal, and they're shed every year around November, being replaced with larger ones in the spring. The primary function of the antlers is for display during mating season. So if your antlers aren't that big, all the female moose are gross.
Size does matter.
Yeah. Moose are peaceful animals, which very rarely become aggressive. They will, however, defend themselves if threatened, and males can become highly strung during mating season.
Wow.
The most common aggressive behavior is bluffing to charge, so they can remain safe without the need for combat. Female moose often give birth to twins and even sometimes triplets. They're very protective mothers. Calves are able to browse alongside their mothers at around 3 weeks, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Humans need to catch up.
I know. Human babies are defenseless.
Yeah, they are.
They can do nothing.
They can't do anything.
Gosh.
A male moose has a flap under their chin called a dewlap, and the size and shape of the dewlap indicates dominance level. Could you imagine if
I've been working on my dewlap.
male dominance was determined by
Double
chin?
Dude, I'm fucking dominant, baby. How you doing?
It's so funny when you think of dominance as being decided by a physical feature
Yeah, it is crazy.
that you have no control over.
A dewlap is an interesting one too, because it's not even just size. You know how sometimes there's some
Like a
animals,
bigger animal?
Yeah, there's some animals different kinds of not moose, but that similar kind of hooved creatures.
Yeah.
Where they'll walk next to each other, to
buffalo
see
or
who's
bison or
who's
something.
Bigger,
Yeah.
that walk sideways next to
Yeah.
each other. But it's crazy to just be like,
Yeah, turkey neck.
hey, how you doing? Look at this dewlap. That's fucking hilarious.
I know. Males also use their dewlap to mark the females that they want to mate with by rubbing their chin on them during mating
dude.
season.
Wow.
Moose can travel at up to 35 miles per hour.
Scary.
Scary.
I've seen videos of
Yeah.
a charging moose. It
Yeah.
is terrifying.
Yeah, they're scary. You want to steer clear of them. They're very good swimmers.
Oh my god, Olive.
I know. The largest moose population.
Rush the end.
I know. The largest moose population is in Canada. The name moose is believed to originate from mus.
Moose. We got moose from moose.
Which means eater of twigs or he who strips the bark in the Algonquin North American Indian family of languages.
That's good.
God,
Olive, shut up.
Sorry, everyone. I think she thinks I'm in danger in here, which is why she's freaking
No, it's
out.
because she can hear you talking.
Yeah.
And you're not ignoring her. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
you're,
but she didn't do this before the cat.
we always open the door. We never kept her out
That's
like
fair, I
this.
guess.
So it's she knows you're in here.
Yeah.
She can hear you talking because
I
you're right
know.
next to the door.
I know.
And you're not opening the door.
I know, she's freaking out. And the moose is the official state animal of Maine.
Maine?
Of Maine.
Are they in Maine?
I don't know.
Interesting.
But I love them so much, and they're
cut it out, man.
they're my number one favorite animal.
That was 10 more minutes.
It's the last thing I'll say about moose. I love moose, and my dog is a dog form of a moose, and she is charging at the door.
Oh my god, she is. Okay. I'll try and be brief with it. I'm going to go over millions of fun facts, but I'll be brief.
Okay.
My number one, owls. Now,
owls, yeah.
I could get into so many details about some more specific owls. Like, there's an eagle owl. Fucking badass.
Oh.
And then there's little tiny pygmy little adorable owls. There's burrowing owls. There's so many kinds of owls. Snowy owls, barn owls. I love them all. But we're just doing owls.
I love hoot owls from Hoot, the ones that burrow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All kinds of owls. So I love them. They're raptors. They're birds of prey. They are mainly carnivorous, if not 100% carnivorous. I think they're really fun. They're some of the slower flyers compared to other birds. But part of that also translates into they're also some of the most silent flyers. A lot of people have probably seen that video on the internet. It's been on TikToks or all kinds of stuff where they have all the microphones set up and they have different birds fly across the microphones. And when the owl does it, you can't hear a fucking thing.
Yeah, silent.
Like, it's complete silence. It's
insane.
Wild. It says here, many owl species have asymmetrical ears. So their ears are actually at different heights. And that's why they're able to pinpoint the location of things in multiple dimensions. Their eyes are not actually like eyeballs, which is nuts. It's not like like our eyeballs, right?
Yeah.
Eyeballs. It's tube-shaped eyes that are completely immobile inside of its head. So, like, I can do this.
Yeah.
It can't do that.
That's why it
That's why
does this.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
that's exactly you did. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So it has binocular vision, which fully focuses on their prey and boosts depth perception.
Wow.
So they know exactly how far away things are. They can rotate their necks 270 degrees. A blood pooling system collects blood to power their brains and eyes when neck movement cuts off circulation.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Yes.
So a group of owls is known as a parliament.
It's good.
Here's the better fact about this. It tells me why that is. And I fucking love that.
Because they're all a bunch of little professors?
Because in the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, he described a meeting of owls as a parliament.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Owls do sometimes hunt other owls. Great horned owls, for example, are the top predator of the smaller barred owl. Owls are insanely good hunters. The tiniest owl in the world, elf owl.
I bet that's so cute.
Isn't that fucking adorable?
Yeah. 5
to 6 inches tall, weighs about 1.5 ounces.
It's so cute.
Insane.
There was a really tiny burrowing owl at the Florida Aquarium, and her name was Kiwi.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
Yeah.
It's so fun. The northern hawk owl, primarily by sight, can detect a vole. Are you familiar with a vole? Kind of like a mole, but probably a little bit more above ground. And spelled with a V. Good. You're on top of it, Raven. They can detect it from up to a half a mile away.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Little guy.
Yeah.
Little rodent.
That's
wow.
Fun.
I don't know what this means, but I'm going to read this fact because it starts off with funny words. In fat years, when mice are plentiful, usually monogamous boreal owls are apt to be promiscuous. Because easy prey means less work for parents feeding their young, males have been caught mating with up to 3 females, while females have been seen with at least 1 beau on the side.
I don't know what fat years is, but it's a good fact.
I liked it, though,
yeah.
Right? I've read it 3 times in my head before being like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Barn owls swallow their prey whole, skins, bone, and all, and they eat up to 1,000 mice a year.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot, right? And owls, a lot of people will know this because it's a normal kind of like elementary school little project experiment thing where you get an owl pellet and you have to dissect it and you find the little bones and stuff like that. Yeah.
I hated that, but yeah.
I also know some owls, they're big enjoyers. I don't know what kinds of owls, but the kinds of owls that we have on the farm, they're big brain eaters.
Ugh, yeah.
So like it's such a weird thing. It's something that's so specific to us and our childhood growing up on the farm. When like a chicken would get killed, depending on how the body was, the crime scene, if you will, you could tell what killed it.
Yeah.
So like, oh, it's completely kind of destroyed. There's a bunch of feathers everywhere. Like, oh, probably a fox. oh, it's just missing its head, owl. Or if it's like gutted open and all the organs are out, but like some of it is left behind, like that probably a coyote. Like you could tell the different things that it was based on the what was left.
Yeah.
So it was just all really interesting.
Gross.
There's just so many different fun types of owls also. But yeah, I've just always loved owls. I mean, obviously owls have like a lot of symbolism in a lot of different cultures.
Yeah. I got you a French owl.
Yeah, I have an owl here. I have a really, really tiny owl downstairs.
It is really small.
It's so small. It's about the size of this Cholula bottle. It's actually smaller than that Cholula bottle, which is insane. But yeah, I think they're fucking cool. I just think they're
great.
Really fun. There's actually a raptor sanctuary in New Jersey, but a little bit more north. But, and I still have yet to go.
Oh yeah, we should go.
I love them so much.
I wonder if there's a photo somewhere of an owl and a moose in the same photo.
Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be something?
It would be something.
I'm just gonna play a quick hoot of an owl.
Okay. That's the owl?
That's a northern hawk owl. And here's a great horned owl.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. So, fun fact, not all owls hoot. Barn owls make hissing noises. The eastern screech owl whinnies like a horse. And saw-whet owls sound like, well, an old whetstone sharpening a saw, hence the name.
Wow. I do like the hoot.
The hoot is the best one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love
very good
owls. I just think they're so fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're like very majestic and mysterious because like it's so rare for you to see one in the wild.
Yes.
You know, I mean, obviously a lot of them are supposed like, I'm sure that it varies species to species, but I know a lot of owls are nocturnal. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just think they're fucking fascinating. Really, really cool. It's crazy that you bring up that movie Hoot because
it's a great movie.
Yeah, I have to look up and see who's in it because man, it feels like forever.
There's no photos. There's a lot of cartoons though.
Of what?
Moose and owl.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like there's a popular cartoon on Noggin called Moose and Z about a moose and an owl.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
Cute.
I mean, I've seen it, like, as in I've heard of it. But...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Hoot with Logan. Hoot came out in 2006 with Logan Lerman.
Yep.
If you're unfamiliar, he was also in...
Percy Jackson.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yep.
Brie Larson is in it. I completely did not put two and two together until just now. And then good old Mullet Fingers. You can't forget Mullet Fingers.
Who's that?
What do you mean? He's like the blonde surfer kid who like lives fucking a free life.
That's what he's named as?
Mullet Fingers.
In the movie, or that's his actor name?
Oh no, it's Cody Lindley.
Oh, okay.
Is Mullet Fingers.
Oh, got it.
Do you remember the character? Do you remember
yes, now I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. Everybody should watch it.
It is.
It's about conservation. There's little baby owls. There's fighting the man.
Robert Wagner plays the mayor. Of course he does. That's like one of those guys. You look at this guy and you're like, how have there not been more allegations of like sexual harassment against him or something? He just looks
like a villain.
Yeah, and not to mention, he was born in 1930 and he was the son of a steel executive. So it's like everything
Jesus
adds
Christ.
up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cody Lindley.
All right, I gotta go see if my dog's okay.
Yeah.
She's going through a lot.
Big shout out to Kate for helping us out.
Yeah,
probably,
huge.
Some of it is probably just like Kate being like, fucking, this dog needs to shut up.
Yeah,
Whatever. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this episode.
I'd like to do another animal episode.
100%. We definitely should, but it has to be geared towards something. Since we already did our favorites, we'll have to figure that out. So, folks, email us. Hit us up on Instagram or TikTok. It's Hessy and Maven. Our email is at gmail.com. HessyandMaven@gmail.com. Send us emails. Let us know what you want to hear in regards to animals. Do you want us to talk about some of the craziest animals? Do you guys want us to talk about some of the weirdest animals or different animal fun facts? Whatever, right? Also, we do plan on having an episode that's coming up. It may not be the next episode, but we're planning on doing an episode sometime in the next month or two that's going to be all about, what's the word?
AI?
No, the sayings. We're looking at etymology.
Oh, etymology.
We're going to be doing the etymology of different phrases and things of that nature. So, like, for example, you say, like, goody two-shoes.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Yeah.
Why do we say goody two-shoes?
Yeah.
Things like that. I can't think of a million right now, and we're trying to end the episode, so I won't sit here and think about a bunch. But things like that, like sayings and
figures of
speech that we say. Where do they come from? Why do we say that?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So if you know any, or you
or
use
if
any,
you're interested in any, like
send them our way.
If there's a saying that you say or your friend or partner says, send it over. We'll look into it and we'll do the research. Oxford English Dictionary has great resources for that. I did a project on the F word, not fuck, the slander, the slur. Yeah. And I looked it up, and because in like England or it's a cigarette. It can mean a bundle of sticks. It can mean all these different things. So it was like, okay, where did it start? And it was actually really interesting to look it up. And the Oxford English Dictionary does a really good job of. Yeah. It was first seen in this book and this time. It's awesome.
Yeah. That'll be a good one.
But that may be an episode down the line. So send us in your ideas. What figures of speech should we look into? Which ones are common? And you want to know, why do we say that?
Yeah.
Cool. So.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Hessy and Maven. Please tune in next time where we'll talk about something else.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.